Hey, welcome to another episode of Say You Look Tired. I'm Martin.
Hey, I'm Dan.
And yeah, we're here again. And it's the middle of summer. And I've got a stat here for you, Dan.
I'm ready.
Which,
poised.
Again, it's all about teachers doing too much. But
Really?
The average teacher spends 10 plus hours per week doing schoolwork during the summer break. Now, I know what's going to happen.
Per week?
Per week. 10 hours per week. And I know what's going to happen. People are going to listen to this and go, only 10? I do this, I do that. No, that's bad.
10 hours a week.
10 hours a week. More
In your
than
early
a day.
days, would you have done that?
First 2 years, I'd say yeah. First,
Doing what?
I think you end up just doing
Stuff.
Yeah, just nonsense. Stuff which, you know, we were talking about before, like last 5 years of teaching, I don't think I laminated anything. I remember one of my colleagues went on a night out, said I was the lazy teacher. And I said, good. It was like,
Good.
yeah, it was like, sound.
That is really rude. You're the lazy teacher, so you
She was like, you don't do anything.
Not
And
even
I was
laminated.
like, yeah, I do my job. Like,
I still do my job just because you don't own a laminator.
but I think at the beginning it would have been like going, oh, this resource is great. I'll get these vocab things printed out. Oh, this maths thing's great. I'll laminate and cut that. And I'll do all the jobs that I didn't have time to do during the school year.
Mhm.
And then you get to the school year and go, I don't need any of that. Like, I don't know why I've spent all year making them.
Because you've probably not used it. Maybe used it once and that is it. One time I went in during after my first year, the guilt set in. So my second year, I didn't go home for a week to Northern Ireland. So I went in every day to tidy up, to tidy.
So you did yours just all in 1 week?
Yeah, I did it all in 1 week. But then over the summer, I took my laptop home and I would, if it's raining, it was Northern Ireland, maybe I'll redo this. I'll tweak this. And these were the days of like a 6-page plan for one lesson. And I would retweak all that. But I remember going in, sorting the top cupboard, the top shed in my school, and I had it all nicely done, all labelled. Guess how long that lasted?
About a week.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. I went up one day after break and I went, what's going on up here? Have you ever seen Primark near Christmas at 6 p.m?
Yeah.
There's clothes everywhere. I was like, what's happened in here? It's like a bomb's hit it. I was like, oh my goodness me. And I was absolutely furious. And then I got riled up, which I don't really do these days. And I just was like, I spent all that time. The sun was splitting stones outside. And I was in that cupboard. Spiders everywhere. I was petrified, tidying up. But it was it was old resources. And I was like, what am I doing in here sorting all this stuff out? And I remember my mum. So I remember I went home and when I go home for summer, I stay at my parents' house. Well, my house I grew up in. And my mum saying to me, you've been on that laptop every day when I've come home. What could you possibly be doing? I remember saying, what actually am I doing?
You just end up just doing nonsense.
I was recoloring the columns at the top of a spreadsheet. That's what I was doing at that point in time. I remember sitting thinking to myself, does it really matter?
Yeah. That's it though with it all, isn't it? And I think at the beginning when you're teaching, everyone works and works and works. And then as you get older, one or two things happen. Either kind of do what we kind of did, where you go, do you know what? I don't need to do any of this. And you stop doing it. Or you go the other way and it gets more and more and more and more and more. Like, and to me, I think it's just the whole point of this podcast, not just this episode, but the whole thing, I think is, even though it's about teacher burnout and teacher mental health and getting your energy back and putting your boundaries in, the real thing is just value yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers aren't paid enough, full stop. But when you think about it, you're paid even less when people are going, right, here is 6 weeks off work, and you're going, I'll work in them. Like, no, just have it off, value yourself, give yourself that backing. And I think that's where it comes in, like them 10 hours of free labor. Like, what's minimum wage now? 12, I think it's about £12.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go off minimum wage, which of course teaching isn't going to be at because you've had to have a degree and you've got to have the experience, you've got to have all this and you've gone up that ladder. even at £12, it's £120 a week, basically, that you're giving away. No one's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to go, here, every week I'll just go and give a random person 120 quid.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So why are you giving that time away? When in fact it's probably going to be more like £200-300 every week.
Do you remember the first summer whenever you were like, I'm not doing this?
Yeah, as I say, I was quite lucky in the sense of like, I was quite lucky because our caretaker was there going, hey, I come in the first week and I come in the last week. I don't do the rest of it. So going into school, it wasn't. But I think it was during my like second year of teaching. It was just kind of one of them where I was just like, no.
What did you do then that summer? Give people ideas. Some people might not have
Funny enough,
ideas.
it was when I really got into fitness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, do you know what? I don't recognize myself. I'm going to change this. I hired a personal trainer. And, well, actually, full story of like the 6 weeks. The first week of it, I had a week booked in Florida to go on all the rides and theme parks. And I dieted down and I'd lost weight.
For the roller coaster?
Yeah, like starved myself.
Oh my goodness
like,
me.
You know, like, right, get this off. And I think in a week, so in that year of teaching, I put on like 3 or 4 stone.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just like, because I think I know what he's going to say.
What?
Oh no, you're like, you went back to saying you lost some weight and then you're like, within a week.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's coming. But I put on about 3 or 4 stone in that first teaching year. Went to like probably 2-3 weeks before, was like, right, need to diet down in like a week or 2. Dropped like 2 stone.
Wow.
Went to Florida, come back with that 2 stone and another stone on.
3 stone?
Yeah.
Was that a week in Florida?
Just a week,
What
yeah.
did you eat?
Well, it's more when you think about it. So obviously, now with your own training and stuff like that, even though I'd lost a lot of weight, quite a lot of that was just the fact that because I was eating less, didn't have as much in my body, wasn't drinking as much, like eat water and just liquids in general. I was tracking everything. So I was just physically lighter. Didn't have any carbs. So because I didn't have any carbs, all the water weight and the carbs that were stored in my body were gone, everything like that. So the minute I started eating normal food in Florida, like you can have 1 kg of carbs in your body, like fully stored in the muscles, and they take 4 kg of water with them. So that's 5 kg straight away. So the minute I started eating like chips and burgers again,
boom,
that's on straight away. Everything's on. And quite a lot of that was water weight. And, you know, all this. But when I come back, I remember jumping on the scales and just being like, I killed myself for 2 weeks. I went away and had 1 week where I enjoyed it. I've put this weight on. I can't carry on in those like loops and spirals. I'm going to go and learn how to do this properly. So I got a PT. I said, just going to have 1 session a week. Went with him once, learned how to do a push day, and then was meant to do the rest of the plan for the week by myself. I remember I went in the gym so I went with him on the Monday, I went in the gym on the Tuesday and texted him and was like, can I pay you an extra 4 sessions if I can come in every day this week? Because I've just remembered I don't know how to do any of this. And if we waited, I would have had to wait 5 weeks to learn. So did that. Then I went to him once a week where I knew everything. I was learning about food. I was learning about training. And I just focused on me.
Yeah.
And I actually found I had more energy. I was a better teacher. I was more focused because it kind of helped me put that work-life balance back in. But then first 2 years, I was putting on weight. I wasn't recognizing myself. I was throwing myself into the job.
Yeah.
I went from there, I went, right, I'm going to sort myself out. Got someone who knew what they were talking about, learned from them, and then put it into my own one. And I think part of it was probably putting skin in the game with it as well.
Yeah.
Like, and we're talking about there, teachers are working 10 hours for free a week, even at minimum wage, that's 120 quid. I think I spent £200 on those personal training sessions for that first 4 and then another 1 for each week. So yeah, it was like £25 an hour, £200. Even though I've spent money there, I actually, in a weird way, saved myself money because I wasn't giving away 10 hours of free work every week. Then I was focused on me. I was putting myself first. And that's what I think the summer holidays should be. If you are really like, oh my God, I've got to work, then there's something wrong, and say, right, I need to fix this. And if I don't know how, get help, reach out.
I bet that September you felt so much better.
Oh, the energy was wild, and just having that balance as well, because again, then, because I was like, right, I feel good off this. I've lost weight. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy in my skin. I'm not going to lose this. I made sure I went to the gym at night after school. I made sure that I had the right food. So I was taking time to meal prep. I was putting things in place, everything like that. And because you've got to focus outside of school, that's going to like impact on it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big one for me. Like, if you're struggling with school right now and you're going, it's the middle of summer and I've got to do this work and I've got to do this and I've got to do that, you're not doing it because there's loads of work to do. If there is too much work for you, if there's any work really apart from looking over your lessons, maybe a day's work in the summer, any more than that, you should be talking to your union and saying, look at all the work school expects me to do for free in the summer. But if it's because you want to get ahead or you want to do this, just know that it's probably a little bit of insecurity.
Yeah.
Little bit of insecurity, not feeling that comfortable and stuff, wanting to push yourself at school because it feels like your comfort zone. And it's having that awkward conversation with yourself and going, I need to sort this.
And that took you, 2 years to get to that point? 2 years since you're here. Guess how long it took me to finally realize? So this is my 15th year teaching.
10 then, isn't it?
10, yeah. 10. Not just 2, not 3. It took me 10 years. It took a worldwide pandemic to make me wake up. To be like, I went into that pandemic in April, 23, just under 23 stone. I felt awful. And then, you had time to reflect a wee bit. And I was sitting thinking, I'm not going to get home for the summer. And I was like, oh, I wish I'd enjoyed last year. Oh, wait a minute. What about the year before that? And the year before that, and the year before that. And I spent every summer for 10 years, not every day, but it occupied my thoughts on a daily basis. I might not have did work. And that's enough to exhaust at the same time. And I always remember feeling angry going back in September, being like, oh, this is annoying me and that's annoying me, because I'd spent time during the summer not switching off.
Yeah.
And then, 2020 came along. I did similar to you. I got a coach, online coach to work with, and helped me realize that my work life, I had no boundaries at all. All, because all my worth went into the job. And I thought, and I still fooled myself, even after 10 years, thinking, if I put the effort in now, then it'll pay off in autumn. It's always going to pay off. It's always going to pay off. Almost like people trying to lose weight. I'll start Monday. So I'll have the chips all weekend and, the garlic and herb dip and Domino's. Yum. But it was always like, I'll start again. And it never, ever happened. All that happened was time passed by and I felt more miserable. And I remember going into that pandemic thinking something has to change, because I'm not going to get on for the summer, but I'll start to enjoy life now. Started looking at things like nutrition and stuff. And then I looked at I had no plan for myself for the week. I had my school planning, but I didn't know what my week looked like for me. And that's when I started to think about, well, how can I claw this time back? And then schools reopened. And because I got myself into a nice little routine, I was like, I don't want to lose this, because I started to lose weight. I started to feel good, and I started sleeping better. My knee didn't hurt anymore. And I was like, I really don't want to lose this. And I loved teaching as well. But I was like, how can I make this work for me? I remember I did get home that summer whenever they allowed people to travel a little bit. And I remember sitting thinking, I could have, we didn't know if we were going to die of COVID. Who knew? And well, I know some people did, bless them. But I actually enjoyed that summer. I remember sitting on the beach and enjoying life and smelling the sea air, which is strange because you would think I would do that all the time. And I think I spoke before in a few podcast episodes ago about how I went home one time. It was a May half-term break, and I turned down seeing my granddad because I had work to do. And he died. And that should have been enough of a wake-up call, but it wasn't. And I remember 2 years into it, so we're talking 2022, I went home for the summer again. So I had two to 3 years there of trying to build up the momentum. And I remember sitting thinking, I'm loving the summer holidays. And I started running. And because I started running, I signed myself up for a half marathon. And that made me really solidify my habits at work, because I had to train for it.
Well, that's it, isn't it? You've put that in place and you've got to do it.
I remember people were like, are you leaving at 4:30? And I
It's
remember
mad that as
And
well.
I remember thinking, how dare you? How dare you ask me that? And I was like, it's 4:30. It's like, it's dark outside. It was autumn. And I remember just turning around to someone going, yes.
And you were still at that time still getting in at like 7, weren't you?
Yeah, 7.
So you were doing
And
7 till half 4.
I was, and then I would go to the gym after work, so I was still getting in early. 7.5 is a long time.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's more than a normal working day, and you're getting questioned, like,
yeah, where are you going? I was like, I'm leaving. It's 4:30, and then that started at my, out the door at 4:30 thing. And I remember someone saying to me one time, "It's like you don't care." Like, what do you mean? It's like I don't care. Oh, you're out the door at 4:30. And I went, it's 4:30. I got here at 7, and then I started becoming a morning person. But putting something big, become like big scary goals into your life for yourself, I had to shake up what I did then. It's because I wanted to achieve this, and I thought, if I can't train to do something that I want to do outside of working hours, then what's the point? So I really enjoyed that summer because I went out running a lot. But I think taking the time to reset and realign and think, where am I in life right now? How do I feel? Am I happy?
I think it's the perfect time because let's be honest, like, how quick does a school year go?
Oh my goodness.
It's like bang. Like, it's mad that it's the end of the school year now. You blink and it feels like September, doesn't it? So it's that thing of like, even though you can make those changes at any time, I think the summer's the perfect time to do it. Summer's the perfect time to just sit with yourself and go, do it, unless obviously like a global pandemic comes along and shuts all the schools.
We don't want another one.
But like, to me, that's the time you're like, right, I've got 6 weeks. I'm going to sit with my thoughts. I'm going to think about last year. I'm going to think about what I didn't like. I'm going to think about what I did. And I'm going to make changes if I need to. And that was what I did. I really thought about it. And you're almost fried from, see the stat, don't you? I share it all the time about the decision making that teachers have to make every day, like 1,500 decisions a day, which is mad. But it does fry your brain. And you're not really going to think about how you could change your food or how you could do this or how you could do that. Or even like going to the gym. Obviously, I work with people and they sign up all throughout the school year and they'll get their plan and they'll look at it. But I think summer's the perfect time to go, right, do you know what? I'm going to learn this now. I'm going to go in the gym when the session might take me 45 minutes or an hour, but I know I've got all day. If it takes me 3 hours to sit here and go, how did they do that? What did they do there? Yeah. How did they do that? I'll make my mistakes. I'll do everything that way. And it'll build it up. And over time, it'll become something special for you because you can probably agree yourself. There's nothing better, is there, when you start getting actually strong in the gym.
Oh my goodness. I love it. And this has come from someone, I hate it. Anyone who did exercise. I hate it sport. The only person I liked who wore sporty clothes was Sporty Spice. And like, I rebelled against it because I wasn't part of it. And when I was at school, no offense to if any of my old teachers listen to this, but secondary school did not do a good job for me. At secondary school, I was bullied for being overweight. And it was almost like, they did the same thing every week, either hurling or football. But because I wasn't part of that, I felt I couldn't be part of it.
Yeah.
And because I was always chubby anyway, I felt like, oh, I'm not good at this. But then, like I said, global pandemic came along, got myself a coach, hey Keegan, and I helped myself, to lose weight and stuff. But getting up in the morning and doing that little bit for me before I go to work has changed my entire life.
Yeah.
And people say to me, like, I spent a summer doing my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, got up in the first round, but I'd started it during the summer, not during the school term, because absolutely not. I was like, I'm going to give this a go, because I was never a morning person. I would sleep in until that last alarm. We spoke before about how I used to like go to bed in my clothes and like wake up in the morning. Oh my goodness, dirty. I wouldn't do that now, my goodness. But like,
isn't that mad though? Like just sidetracking there though. You think about that, like you were probably like, not that like your career's obviously gone on and you've done well in it, but at that point you were like head of EYFS, like a really young head of it. You're on the senior leadership team. Like you're probably quite high up in the school. You're probably one of the first points of calls for stuff. You're probably on all the committees. You've got this social media page where you're sharing all these things. And you are at a place in your own personal life where you can't be bothered to take your clothes off before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't have time.
But everyone would have said, wow, that's who you want to be.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember like people email me going, "Oh, I love what you do. This is so great." And because I was getting that, I was like, I can't let anyone down.
Yeah.
But the person I was letting down was myself. And then, like I say, that summer came along and I started getting up in the morning. And I remember going to the gym and left at like 8:30 in the morning. I know it was the summer, so it's different. But that feeling stayed with me. And I remember going to the gym the first week of term and then going into work. But, well, you're a bit later today, Liam said, who was the caretaker. He's lovely anyway. He's lovely. He listens to the podcast, by the way. And so, you're a bit late today. And he only meant it as a joke. But to me, I was like, oh my goodness, everyone's going to think I'm late. And it was like 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I had stayed to 4:30 and I made sure that things were getting done. I started delegating. I never used to delegate anything.
Yeah.
And like you say about that feeling of getting strong, I could see the progression in what I was doing at the gym. And it just changed how I feel about myself and how I hold myself in day-to-day life. And, it's those little things then that give me the confidence to say what I'm doing right now is improving my life. And in the end, it made me a better teacher. I know some people might think, how can lifting weights in the gym make you a better teacher? Because it's that little win for myself.
Do you know what though? It's that you've hit the nail there though. I mean, you're getting that confidence in your own skin. You're feeling better. But for me, it's more about as well as you're putting yourself first. Like all studies show that, like, if you start doing exercise, everything else improves. And that's the same with this. Like, if you work from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m., that work's going to be utter rubbish.
Yeah.
Like, the lessons are going to be rubbish. The work you're doing after school is going to be rubbish. Like, everything's just going to be a big mess.
Yeah.
Where if you set time and go, right, I'm going to work now. And then, right, now I'm going to look after me.
Yeah.
Everything is going to improve. Because, as we said before, like, teachers are doing 10 hours a week right now. I can't tell you 10 hours of work that a teacher could do in the summer holidays without just a load of it being nonsense. You know, going in and doing your classroom should take a day tops. Yet you have teachers going in for like a week.
I used to spend so long picking the border. What's that about? Oh, curly, straight border. What colour should it be? Just get it on the wall.
I didn't do a display for the last... I was terrible. I always feel like on these podcasts, have you ever seen that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the dad gets put on trial?
I've never watched it. I know I sent this. So my brothers and sisters love Malcolm in the Middle. I was waiting for like Fresh Prince or Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something. And no.
Oh, you've missed out, Dan. You need to go back and watch it all. But there's one, the dad gets framed, like set up in his company, and they figure out, like, they've got all these key dates where all these people have seen him do stuff in work, and then they find out that he used to skive every Friday and he never got in on Friday and all dates were a Friday. And I sometimes feel like on this podcast, like, that's me with this mic, because he like proper leans in, he goes, I never went to work on a Friday. And
I didn't do a display.
And I always feel like that because man's like, I didn't do a display for the last 3 years I was teaching. And it was stuff like, so my caretaker, he was great, really got on well with him. But he was a little bit like of a neat freak. And my displays were awful. And
do you know, I can actually see them being awful.
Like rips in and stuff like that. I'd just be, there we go, that's done. And he looked at it once and he said, are you going to keep that up for the year? And I was like, yeah. And he went, do you mind if I take it down and redo it for you? And I went, yeah, sure, if you want. And he goes, is there any others in here that you need putting up? And I was like, that one.
All of them.
Yeah, you need backing on all of them. And he was like, okay. And then he did them.
Oh, wow.
He did them. And then my TA would put the display up.
Yeah, my TA and I would work together, but she knows that I'm not the best.
Oh, shit.
I can put, paper on the wall and staple on it. But I got in trouble one time at one of the schools. Well, not in trouble. I got frowned upon from how I put the staples in the wall. There's a certain way you're supposed to do them so that they can come out. But let's pretend this is like a rectangular thing. Instead of just like putting a few on, I was like, boom, 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 but I covered the whole thing in staples. I was like, that's not falling down off that wall anytime soon. But like you're supposed to leave them like at a certain angle so that they can come out. But then someone said to me that they were in a school. Oh my goodness, listen to this. And they were staple gun and work on the wall, and the head teacher said that they had to be a certain distance apart, centimeters or something. They looked at, like, if you're going to put staples on, it has to be they have to be level with
Why?
each other. Say if I'm putting,
just to look nice.
yeah, say if I'm putting a rectangular piece of wall, I would never staple gun work to a wall. I would just blue tack it.
I'm trying to think. I think we did.
Yeah,
depends on the work.
Because, like, say if it was I wanted to reuse the paper, blue tack it and pick it off neatly.
Yeah, so I think we used to back it. So we'd back it in like a piece of card and then stick the card
stick that on there. So, like, what was I saying again? So, so they had to have the staple. Say if it's like an A4 piece of paper, that staple had to be equal level with that one. You couldn't be like,
no.
I wouldn't care, just stick it on the wall.
Done. Yeah. Mine be like, bam, 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 bam.
The school I was just in recently, when I left that room, all the drawer labels have been done. The books have already got the names on the front. Displays have all been done. They give the staff time.
That's perfect. Though,
from 2:30 every day to get it done. And they did like singing assemblies and stuff like that. And I was like, I left that classroom and I didn't, there's a teacher coming into that room in September. And I went, what a gift. A gift from God.
Oh, yeah, because there won't be someone in there, will there? So they're just coming into a done classroom.
A done classroom. Can you imagine?
Be nice, like just coming in, just knowing that it's done.
That it's done. Because then the weight's off your head, because then you're not worried about, oh my goodness, I need to get in here and get the right paper. But then there's the people who go in during the summer. This is also a thing. Do you know the Expo delivery and other companies? Hey, TTS. The stock gets delivered to school. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Everyone pounces on that glue stick, sellotape.
Oh, see,
and
we used to have
people go in early and they hoard. So someone goes in during the summer. This lady I work with, she's probably not listening to this. I'm not going to mention her. And she would go in during the summer to get what she wanted, but also take more for herself and hide it. So like she liked the favorite, she wanted her particular color, she wanted it on the wall. She wouldn't just take enough to do her display. She'd take enough to do like 5 throughout the year. And then hoard glue sticks and all that and the other. And I would come back to nothing. We're mentioning the pandemic, there was like one blue roll on the shelf. I come in, what colors am I going to use in my display? Oh, okay, nothing then. Newspaper.
Oh no. Ours was always, all our like backing paper was just in one thing. We used to have tons of it, like a room of it. But going with stuff like glue sticks, everything like that. One of our TAs, like, so she was in charge of like the order. Mm-hmm. So everyone would have their order what they want, but she'd do it. And no one else was allowed to touch it apart from her.
I can imagine the authority she had.
She was lovely, to be fair, but she would then split it up. Mm-hmm. So when you go in, like on that inset day, you would have a box in your classroom and that would have your glue sticks, your pens, everything in. Mm-hmm. Mine might be, someone might be in and read mine. I just used to look at it and be like, okay, yeah.
So they used to put ours out in the hall, so like the assembly hall, and mine would always be sitting waiting because I've not been in, covered in dust. And I can just imagine this lady's power she had. Well, like, what do you need to do to get an extra couple of glue sticks? Give her a Skinny Whip bar or something. Never
used to worry me.
We need to get a sponsor by Skinny Whip bars. I've mentioned them so many times on this podcast. I see them in schools everywhere. Skinny Whip bars.
Skinny Whip bars, fiber bars.
What else?
Cup of soups.
Oh, yuck. I remember whenever I wanted to go on a fitness binge, I was like, that's it. This is it. New leaf. Monday, I went and I got myself a cup of soups, 4 boxes. Yeah. They stayed in that cupboard until I left that school. We used them in a tough tray to make with. Everyone, quick, come on, make a design. I was like, I'm not eating that. I went to the shop and got a chicken tikka sandwich and a flapjack. Everyone wouldn't do that now.
But yeah, the cup of soups are in there. I'm trying to think. Noodles.
Noodles,
There's always a bag, like a bag of Haribo in a drawer or a tub of biscuits.
I can't stand Haribo.
I don't mind them. I wouldn't, they wouldn't be like my go-to.
Are crisps a thing at school? I don't think so. The grease.
I think no.
Mini chips. Revita, when someone's been on a health kick.
Oh, yeah.
I used to try eating. Salt and vinegar rice cakes.
Yeah.
I always see a packet of them lying around.
They're always there.
Anything else?
I'm trying to think.
There's loads of stuff. There's so many teachers on TikTok I see sharing their snack cup, but some people just don't. In our day, we had a box or a drawer. These days, I saw someone's on. He has a whole shelf. Everything's in there. It looks like a sweet shop. I was like, do you remember you used to go to the sweet shop when you were younger and they had all the jars out? That's what his looks like. And he's skinny as well. I was like, I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, but you always find that, don't you? So like, it's that balance. So like, you're the same as me. Worked on your food. Had it that way. It's that one of like, you couldn't have had that there. I couldn't. I would have just nailed it all in one.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Now I could,
Yeah.
but I couldn't then.
Mhm.
And I think that's the thing. Like, if someone's got that, they've obviously got a really good relationship with food,
Mhm.
where they're not kind of like doing it all. Mine would have been like, I would have put that all in the first day, and it all would have been gone.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, mine would have been gone. Oh, you have one tough day.
You know, not even a tough day. I was just been doing the inside, just like.
Oh my goodness. So someone's like, what were you doing in school today during the summer holidays? Topping up the snack drawer for September.
Why is it
Toffee crisps.
empty? Well, it was a tough job.
There was a sale in Tesco's on the Skinny Whip bars. I've just done the whole lot. And you were talking there about, when we go into school to do work, one of the funny stories ever. So I went in at the end one time, end of summer, a few days early. My friend and I went in, but we'd been out the night before. We decided, let's go out, we'll have a couple of drinks. If anybody knows me, don't stop at 2. Out we went, bus, club, another club. And then and I was like, right, we need to go into school tomorrow because we've got stuff to do. I was EYFS lead. She was my friend. She was the other EYFS teacher. We went in, laminator went on, and we put all of our sheets and things sitting on the classroom floor. 2 hours go past, we wake up, both of us fell asleep. Classroom, laminator on, not smoke. And I was like, oh my goodness, we could have burnt the whole school down. All you hear is wah of the laminator. We'd woke up, dying a hangover in this classroom. It was like late August, the temperature was soaring. And I was like, what are we doing here? I remember we just went into hysterics of laughter going, what are we actually doing here? We were still in our 20s.
So you just got in just to laminate stuff as well?
We went in to do more than that. We had to do the top shed as well. It needed redoing again. So we started doing it, and then I couldn't because it was leaving me. I was having a dry boke, and I was like, oh my goodness me. And then we were like, let's just go inside. It was too hot outside for me. And then I remember saying, we were both in our 20s at this stage. We should have been out living our lives. And there we were, laminating on, laminating numbers or something, tidying the book corner. And we both of us fell asleep. I was like, oh my goodness me. So then we just left after that. And we still talk about it to this day. I was like, do you remember the time we put the laminator on and fell asleep?
Yeah, no. All that, there was just madness, isn't it?
Crazy. Enjoy your summer.
Don't get paid for it. So stop giving away free work.
And start putting in habits now. Don't. There's another thing. Zoom out. Don't try and do everything at once. Choose one thing you want to do.
Trying to think of that. Just even what's a starting in QT? Well, ECT's wage now.
More than what we got. That's what it is.
What is it though? About 30?
Mine was given to me in a brown envelope. I was like, lace my palm with silver, and I shall teach another day.
I think it's about 30 grand, isn't it? To start.
What? Don't say that out loud. My family will be like, you earn more than that. I don't earn that now. I'm on supply. But I think I started in 20.
Yeah, I started on 21. But I'm just thinking there, like 30 grand. Coming up.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh,
25, 32,000. Some people have got a wee display board going on here. Are we Carl Vorderman's in the background there giving us numbers and digits?
So yeah, even if you call it like 30 grand and what?
That's loads of money.
32 and a half hours is like the dedicated hours, isn't it?
Apparently.
So
it's not 37. 37 hours a week. No,
37.
Make that up.
But even if you went, say you did 30 grand, divided by the 38 weeks that you teach, divided by
we're doing live maths,
even do 40 hours, £19 an hour, close to £20, call it.
Mm-hmm.
Every week you're giving away 200 quid.
That's what you need to think of it like.
Like 200 quid, just because you are not feeling secure in yourself, not feeling secure in your teaching. And you're going to end up just wasting over £1,000? 6 weeks of it? 1,200 quid?
Every year.
Would you give your school 1,200 quid?
No.
So don't give them 1,200 quid either with work.
What could you get for 1,200 quid these days for a school?
Holiday.
Well, no, box of glue sticks. You could get a holiday. I've not been on holiday in years.
Yeah.
It says I'm going to Ireland next week, but it's not.
It's not holiday though if you go back home, is it?
No. Well, I live on the beach, little Ballycastle.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not a holiday. But I call it my vacation, something like that. But yeah, get a habit going now. It could be absolutely, and even going for a walk. Take us with you in your ears.
Yeah.
And do something for you, because then once you've got it in place now, it will make it easier.
Yeah.
When it comes in September.
You haven't got that brain capacity during the school to get it cemented. You can do it, but it's tougher. Do it now while you've got a son. Every time you want to feel like you got to work, put it into you. Try some different food recipes for food prep. try going to the gym or doing some exercise. Try going on a walk. Use this time to find new podcasts.
Yes.
Find new podcasts. Find
Share
new
ours.
walking routes. Little habits. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Push yourself that little bit to make yourself feel better. I know that'll make you a better teacher as well.
Yeah.
It's win-win-win.
Because you'll be more clear-headed, you'll feel like you're doing stuff for yourself, and you'll be happier. That's what I was like. Even when there was days it was trying to like push me back down, because I'd done all these other things for myself. I was like, life is good. Life is fine. Life, I can handle this today. I can handle the fact there's no whiteboard pens anymore. This is fine.
Well, you will have done, won't you? Because you've got like 8 hours sleep rather than like, what, 2?
Oh, my sleep's been up, everybody. Remember the last time we were tracking it? I've got up to 78 hours from 5.
Nice.
So where's everyone send me?
You must feel better from that.
Oh,
as
I
well.
do. I look younger. You know, if you're watching this, I've not had any Botox, and I am 40 next year.
I know. But I think it's a good place for us to wrap up the episode.
Yeah. Oh, remember, leave us a wee review.
Yeah.
5 stars only.
5 stars. We want that creeping up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We want that creeping up. And if anyone's listening who thinks it'd be a good guest, give us a shout as well.
Yeah,
We're
we
looking
can
for some.
audition you, and you might get on.
Dan will make you sing.
I will. I'll just give you, I won't tell you what it is because I don't want rehearsal. Live singing, and I will judge you and critique. That's what I do to the kids. I audition them who's going to play Mary and Jesus and stuff.
I thought you just meant like when you're doing phonics. You're like,
I was like,
go.
No, I auditioned them to be in my class. No, you're going next door. She can't sing either.
But now, thanks for listening, everyone. Leave us a review, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.